So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Football with Priscilla. I am Priscilla. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today I was thinking to myself, I was like, I've been thinking about Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, and I was thinking, I was like, these guys have really dominated the Premier League, eh? And that got me thinking about the Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Mourinho, and Benitez era. So I was like, which era was like, which coaches were better? That era of coaches, the Wenger, Ferguson era, or the Klopp, Tuchel, Conte, Pep era? Now, I obviously grew up in the Ferguson era, the Ferguson Wenger era, the Ferguson era that had Evra, that had I think I was young, like I was extremely young when Socia was like Socia, but I remember Socia a bit. I do remember Van Nistelrooy a bit. Um, but I remember mostly Tevez, Rooney, Berbatov, Ronaldo. I remember Paul Scholes. I remember Patrice Evra. I remember Vidic. I remember who else? I remember Raphael, the twins. Yeah, I remember Van der Sar, and I also remember Rio. And then obviously under Wenger, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I do remember Henry, I remember Vieira, I remember who was in Arsenal? Adebayo, I remember Ebue, I remember Sis Fabregas, and then for like Liverpool Benitez, I remember Gerrard, I remember Garaga, I remember what's this guy? There's this guy who's now at Newcastle. Shelby, Jonjo Shelby, he was once at Liverpool. Yeah, there was Kite, I think. That era of what's this guy? Torres. So I remember that Benitez era. Then there was also the Mourinho at Chelsea era. I remember Drogba. I remember Lampard. I remember um, John Terry. I remember the midfield of what's this guy's name? Michael Essien, I don't know, Michael Ballack, that era. And so we saw Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea dominate the Premier League. Like it was always these four for the years I was growing up. Anyway, it was either Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, or Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal. Or they just used to switch amongst the four. But obviously, Liverpool and Arsenal were Liverpool more so because they recently only just won. But yeah, there was a real rivalry. Back then, when you say Manchester United versus Arsenal, it was Manchester United versus Arsenal. When you say Liverpool versus Chelsea, it was Liverpool versus Chelsea. Okay, like Lampard and Gerrard would go at each other's heads, like Vieira and who was the captain at the time? Roy Keane, Vidic, and who was there at the time? Colo Toure. Like it was a rivalry, you know. And on when it's a super Sunday and you have Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, like guys, you sit at 13 hours. You sit down waiting for the team, waiting for the game. You watch the soccer chats, you watch the warming up, you watch everything, the analysis. That era was amazing, I can't lie. Fast forward, we have the Pep Guardiola, we have the Klopp era, we have the Tuchel, as well as the Conte era. Now I know Conte only recently came and Tuchel only recently came, but like obviously Conte was coaching Chelsea, so we have an idea of the type of coach that Conte is. Tuchel, we've seen him coach PSG, but like he came with Chelsea. He came to Chelsea with a bang. They won the Champions League and have never been the same since. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, so now I was thinking, like I was comparing the two. Obviously, Pep Guardiola, we know Pep from Barcelona. Like when he made there was that Barca team that was simply unplayable, where it was you get the ball, pass the ball, get the ball, pass the ball. The time when there was Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, like it was impossible to play Barcelona. Like they had no team that could play them. That's the time when you'd find Barcelona has like 70, 89 ball possession and their friends have 11 the whole 90 minutes. Like it was just amazing, you know? And obviously he thrived at Bayern, and I think he's thrived at Man City. The only unfortunate part is he has a curse when it comes to the Champions League. We also have Klopp, obviously, who was coaching Borussia Dortmund, and I think he fared quite well. He gave Bayern a run for their money. Um, we have Tuchel, who I think was okay at PSG. I haven't watched him that much, but we have Conte, who Conte is a winner, guys. Conte is a winner. How he wins, we don't know. I personally don't know, but he manages like that hyper active personality he has. He manages to like get his players to buy in whatever lies he tells them, and they win. So yeah, so there's that era and there's this new era of obviously the coaches. So it got me thinking. I was like, which era is better? Do you think the Ferguson era or the Pep era is better? And I know there's a whole lot of there's an argument to say who's better, Pep Guardiola or Ferguson. Now in the Manchester United era, you should understand Manchester United dominated like for I don't know if it's like 12, I don't know how many years. Every year, like I even got tired. Like every year I would be like, oh, so we're winning the Premier League. By December, I'll be like, oh, so we're winning the Premier League. Obviously, Arsenal had that period where they like didn't lose any game and they were like the invincibles. Liverpool also had their great comeback. Let's not forget Mourinho, who just came in the Premier League when it was between Arsenal and Manchester United this whole time. Liverpool was like taking a back seat, and then Mourinho just all of a sudden flung Chelsea in there, and then Chelsea just started winning games, and then all of a sudden Chelsea became a big deal. So I remember there was a lot of like for Ferguson, for Manchester United in particular. I know we used to play a 4-4-2 formation where every other side and Raphael, I don't know if it's Fabio, whichever one of the twins would go forward. I think one was left, one was right, but yeah, would go forward and would play with the wide players a lot. And now, when I look at, obviously, I'm not putting Manchester United in the new bracket because we haven't seen what Eric Ten Hag can do. So I'm using the coaches that are renowned coaches that I know actually have won things, which is Conte, Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel. Personally, I think um, in because I'm looking at it like this, like when you look at the Fergie era, the Roy Keanes, the Patrick Vieiras, the Steven Gerrards, and the Lampards were focused on football. Like their mentalities were football. Or maybe it's because there was no social media, but there was that. And then we've got the Klopp era, the Pep era, where their players have got social media, they go for parties, they go for clothing line launches, they go for fashion, whatever, fashion thingies. And so now you have to understand that it has to take a coach who's very good like Pep and Klopp to still keep those guys like intact and tell them like, guys, yeah, you have your own personal lives and your own social medias and whatever, but you need to win, like to fix that mentality in them. Like I know you have your social lives, but you have to, you know, get ready for the game and be champions. Like so I put these two things into perspective. I mean, the Fergie eras, the players were warriors. The Lampards, the Gerrards, the John Terry, the Peter Cech, those were warriors. Then we have these. These in the Pep era are more nonchalant. They're like, oh, chilled vibes, whatever, but they still get the job done. So you see where I'm headed, like what I've been thinking about. I was like, who's actually better? But after so much consideration and after like obviously looking at both team style of play, both eras, I mean styles of play, the Manchester United, the Chelsea's, and Ferguson's team, Arsene Wenger's team. Arsene Wenger was a lot of like they were like there was a lot of like one touch football. They used to pass a lot. I remember I would laugh with my brother like, oh my god, Arsenal would cross even if they are in the penalty box. But yeah, and so we have that, and then we have Klopp, who's introduced high intense football. We have Pep Guardiola, who's introduced starting from the back kind of football, tic tac football as we call it. And now I'm like, okay, which one amongst these coaches had the best era. I feel like the Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Benitez, and Mourinho had the best era. But I think in terms of tactics, style of play, I'd pick this era. The Pep Guardiola, the Klopp era has better tactics. Like tactical wise, they're actually better. Like their playing style is way better than the Ferguson era. That's according to me. So when I look at these two eras, and I'm glad I was able to watch that era and understand what football was then. Obviously, I wasn't that like hyped, and I didn't. At that moment, I was just a mere supporter who loved Manchester United. Now I'm more so I analyze the game. I understand when this coach removes a number 10, they bring in a player on the midfield. I'll know that okay, so we're going for two strikers, and then we're trying to flood the midfield because this other team is coming at us. So in the Klopp and Guardiola era, I'm more so appreciating tactics and style of play. So when I compare both coaches, like when I compare both eras and their coaches, I feel like yes, this one had like it was an intense era, it was an amazing era, the Ferguson era. It was beast mode era, like the mentality was there. But this new era is all about tactics, tactic wise, playing style wise. I feel like this era is the best tactic wise. So you can argue and say times have changed. Could be. But for me, I feel like Klopp and Pep, Tuchel and Conte, their tactics are just amazing for me to watch. Yeah, it's just unfortunate I cannot put Manchester United coach in this bracket of new era coaches because come on guys, we have Moyes, Luis Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole. Guys, we had Ole. Now we have Eric Ten Hag. So maybe one day when I make another video next year, God willing, I might put Eric Ten Hag there. But for now, he's not there. So yeah, I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comment section which era you think was better. The Ferguson, Mourinho, Benitez, Wenger era, or this new era of Klopp, Pep, Conte, and Tuchel. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Bye.